Hello Lego friends. Alright, this is it. We are going to attempt, because I've done it twice already now, and both times, I failed. So try to show you how to make this side-loading garbage mechanism. But a couple announcements first. Shout out to BD Photography for being my 100th subscriber. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful thing. Next is to all the Lego Debbie Downers out there. So you can calm down. What we're going to show today is my version of the Lego Ideas submittal by Scott and Levi Hasse. All right? That's enough about that. Anybody can build this thing. It's all Lego parts. You just have to figure out how to do it. And believe me, it's not easy. I looked for instructions, and nope, I couldn't find any. So if you know where they're at that show you piece by piece, step by step how to build this thing, I'd love to know. Because I battled to the death to figure this out with 2 trips to my Bricks and Minifigs and a lot of exploring the dictionary, and finally got it done today. So there's one working right there. It's a beautiful thing. Clamp, and then it goes up. Wonderful. So I thought I'll show you the parts, and we'll build this thing step by step. Again, shout out to Scott and Levi Hasse for this design. All right. I don't want to hear it. This was not easy. If you made it for yourself, well, good for you. But you didn't show me how to do it, because it was rough. It's called a simple design, but I don't think so. I think it's genius. And it's not easy to figure out. And even looking at one here, I managed to build one wrong. So we're going to try again. Let's see if I can build it right. So these are the parts you need. I'll just bring them up to the camera and show you. You need 3 of these. So one side's a hole, one is a bar. And it's critical that you have these. Just trust me. Don't try to use the ones that have 2 holes. You need one as a bar and one as a hole. This one is a 3 position, 2 bar. And then on the opposite side of those, a hole. Need one of those. This guy I like to call a little binocular dude. 2 holes, and then perpendicular, if you will. The bar receiver, one of those. These size of Lego bars. And then a couple of critical pieces here. This one is a long bar, basically holds 2 pieces, and then a connector on the other side, and that's critical, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then this, to me, is probably the most critical part of the whole build. It's the brown bar as a pin. It has a top that's flat and round, and that is critical. That's one that really held me up. One of the shortest bars you can get there. These gears, 2 of the small ones. I believe that's an 8-piece gear. A couple of the bigger, thicker ones. These are 12-piece gears. Also 12-piece gear. This is the narrow one here. You need one of those. Then sleeves or brushes. You need one of the thicker ones and 3 of these little thin ones. All right. And then you're going to need, you want one of these, or you know, any tile. You can do just a 1x2 tile if you want. This is a deflector for when the garbage can goes up and dumps pieces. You'll need the pieces to deflect off of this, or they'll end up in the gears right here, which is what this plays a part of. Don't know what this is called, but it's going to receive this connector right here on that end, and then we're going to mount this plate onto that, like that, for deflection. Okay? With that, let's get started. And I would start with the long piece here. So first we'll put on one of these guys with the hole, and he's just going to spin around. So don't use the bar part, use the hole part. He's going to spin around there. And we'll go with the small sleeve, skinny one. And then we'll go with a thicker one. And on this left side, we just want to leave enough space here to go into one of these, like that. So I'll bring it over just a tiny bit more. Okay, there it is. He can spin around there now. Okay. Then let's do another skinny sleeve. Right there. Okay. Looking good. then the thin gear all the way to this bushing or sleeve there. There you go. And another thin one there. And there you go. That mechanism is made. Now what this is going to do is go through here, and then you're going to have a thick gear on here to activate it. All right. So we'll take that off there. We'll set that aside. Remember, this guy can still spin around. There, little friction, but he spins around. Okay, good enough. Now let's start on the nuts and bolts. This thing. Yeah. So let's start with this guy. Take the smallest bar and push him all the way in one end here. That's going to be at the top facing like that. Okay. Now take your binocular piece like this. There he is. And then this left side is going to go the one connector with the brown pin. That is critical. This has to spin nice and easy like that. There's your pin. Spins real easy. That hung me up for a long time because I tried a couple different ways to put connectors in there to make this work, but this is the piece you need. All right. Then we're going to go to this side, and we're going to use this. Mine's brown, but you can use gray or whatever. It's a bit longer, one bit longer than the pin, because it's also going to have one of these thick gears on it. In fact, we'll do that right now. Gear at the top there. Come on. Okay, there he is, and push him up. And you can see why you need to do it that way, because this gear is going to block that pin. So you want it, you want the pin to go in first. Okay, got that done. Next, let's put on this one of the small brown gears all the way up. Very good. And then one of these, and this time you're putting the bar on there. Doesn't matter what direction, just get it on there because you can spin them. So there's what we got so far. That spins real nice. There's one side there. Okay, so on this other side, where that brown pin was, let's get on another gear. Okay, so there's your other side, if you will. Now let's get this piece on. And realize these are not going to sit perfectly straight out from each other, because these gear of the teeth, or the teeth of these gears, have to mesh. So these are not going to sit perfectly straight away from each other, but you just want to get them close. So that's pretty good right there. You bring them together. So when you bring them together, you can see they're facing at a slant, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll show you how we can work that out. And speaking of that, I left out two pieces. So let's take them now. You're going to need these, so we'll just use mine. So you'll need two of these. They have a hole and a 1x1 in them. And then you need the handlebars. A lot of these are on ATVs, Star Wars models, because that's going to be one side of your garbage can pickup, and it just goes right in the hole like that. So you want to make two of those basically opposing each other, right? So we have ours made. Okay, very good. Those, when we mount them then, are going to go into the bottom of this. We'll do it in a little bit, but that's what those are for. They're going to go in the bottom there. Okay, so we got that done. Now let's get this mechanism together. Right. Okay. So this fine feller is going to go onto here. Let's see if we can do this. This is going to end up like that. There you go. So yep, so take that piece there. It's got that bar that we put in it, and that's how he's going to look. So remember, this still moves up and down there. Then you've got this whole section here. You're going to join this together like this using this special piece I talked about. So it's a bar with a connector at the end. That connector is going to receive this piece right here, so that we can then put a plate on it. So when you dump the garbage, it doesn't go into those pieces. It goes into the garbage truck. So all the way through right there, just like that. Then this is going to go into here. In fact, let's pull that out there, so you can slip that gear up into there. There you go. And all the way through. There you go. That's it. We basically got our mechanism made now. So you can see how these guys spin. There you go. Wonderful. And this should be super smooth now. If you have any friction whatsoever, something's wrong. And it's probably in a connection, usually on the left side. So this should spin like greased lightning. Okay. So we got that. Let's go ahead and put this guy on here. Put him facing up. And now our plate can go on there, but we'll do that in a little bit. And then let's go ahead and put these on now. These are garbage can grabbers. Here's your garbage can. Okay, and they just go in right underneath there. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Sort of. Okay. And then these can go, you know, the nice thing about these, you can spin them around, spin them together. So yeah, they should be together right now. Should be basically in the closed position. There we go. All right, see that? It's a beautiful thing. If you hold it right here, there you go, you can actuate it. And what's nice about these underneath is you can straighten them out. So don't worry about those. So I was saying earlier, don't worry about those pieces being perfectly straight, because you can adjust these and spin them however you need to get them nice and straight. You can see that's pretty good right now. There you go. Open, closed, open, closed. And once you close it here, what happens is this gear here is now pushing the teeth of this gear. And since this is just through and can slide, the whole thing will lift up like that. It's a wonderful thing. All right, there it is. So we won't put on the plate yet. Let's go ahead and build this section now for our truck here. So right here, and then you take one here that has the bottom open. Right there. There you go. So there's one side. Oops, I did it wrong. Like that. There we go. There's one side there. And I'm going to put that onto my mock-up base here. Okay, there it is. Okay, let's build the other one. It's going to be just like this. Right there. And then this guy like that. There's the other one. Let's go ahead and put him on here. And then we'll put a gear to block him. Okay, now you can see how this mechanism looks and works a little better now. There you go. Open, close, open, close. It's a wonderful thing. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and slip this guy on there. And we'll talk about why you've got to have him, because you really do need this guy. There you go. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. Slip that into there. And of course my base is falling apart, but we'll figure it out here. All right, there he is. Get on there. All right, there you go. Okay, so he's on there now. He's on my base. I'll hold the base. And there you go. Opens and lifts up and dumps. Open, up, and dump. Oh, I see something now already. So I'm still loining as I go here. So as I went up, this thing here is hitting my base. So let's just do a 2 by 2, right? Yeah, let's just try that. Basically, you just want to block the gears from getting garbage in them. So that should work right there. A little better. 2 by 2 blocks trash from going in the garbage. So as you lift this up like this, that garbage is going to hit off of this plate and go into your truck a lot better. All right, that's it. Pick up your garbage can and dump it. It's a beautiful thing. Again, thanks to Scott and Levi Hasse for coming up with this. And I sure wish there were written instructions with the parts list, because I've spent many hours now figuring this thing out exactly. And believe me, I'm far from done, because as you can see, I've got to figure out my truck, my chassis for my garbage truck. I've got to just figure it out from looking at images and stuff. The cab, the axles, the wheels, the back, all of that. So that's next. And should have a city update for you here soon too. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you will try this. It's a pretty cool mechanism. Any questions or comments, thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. I hope to see that you can build one of these guys, because it sure is awesome. The garbage trucks in my area, this is how they pick up trash at residents. The ones in the city use forks in the front and pick up and dump over the cab. But this is the type of garbage truck pickup we have in our residential area. Picks up from the side and dumps. So there you go. Cool little thing. We'll see if I can finish up the garbage truck, and if I can, I will post a couple videos on that and how that was constructed. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching this one. I appreciate the support, and we'll catch you on the next one.